5 signs. Someone is practicing witchcraft on you. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. The more you understand, the more power you hold. Let's begin. You're going about your life when, suddenly, things begin to unravel. Your car breaks down for no reason. Electronics malfunction. You lose money, opportunities, even friendships. Without warning or cause. While life has its ups and downs, a consistent stream of misfortune, especially when it strikes areas you usually have control over, could be more than bad luck. In many magical traditions, targeted spells, like jinxes or hexes, are designed to disrupt energy flow, sow confusion, or attract chaos to a specific person, TM's life. If your intuition tells you it's more than coincidence, listen to it. Do you wake up exhausted, as though you fought a battle in your sleep? Do the same disturbing dreams repeat night after night, leaving you anxious and drained? Witchcraft can be performed in the astral realm through dream work, projection, or energy manipulation. Practitioners who wish to influence you might do so during your most vulnerable state. Sleep. If you're being spiritually targeted, your subconscious will often be the first to sound the alarm. Nightmares may not be just dreams. They may be warnings. Have you found odd objects near your home? Threads tied in knots, animal bones, feathers, or strange powders? Has someone gifted you something that feels off? Many forms of folk magic and witchcraft rely on physical components, called tag locks or fetishes, to bind, influence, or affect someone. These are rarely random. They're often placed with intent, hidden in plain sight. If you discover items that carry an eerie energy or symbols you don't recognize, don't touch them with your bare hands. Document them. Remove them carefully, ideally with protection and perhaps even spiritual assistance. These are just the first 3 signs, but they are powerful indicators that something unseen may be influencing your life. I'll uncover even deeper, more subtle signs, ones that often go unnoticed. If you've ever felt watched, drained, or manipulated, you won't want to miss what's next. Knowledge is the first form of defense.
5 signs. Someone is practicing witchcraft on you. In our previous video, we began to explore the subtle Aobabo and often hidden Aobabo signs that suggest you may be the target of spiritual interference. Today, we continue down this path, peeling back the veil between the seen and the unseen. Sign number 3, a sudden and consistent pattern of misfortune. 1 or 2 bad days can be easily explained, but when setbacks arrive in waves, all at once and without logic, it may point to a deeper energetic disturbance. Perhaps your finances are inexplicably strained. Electronic devices malfunction only around you. You experience loss, betrayal, or sudden illness, all within a short span of time. Such synchronicities, when unrelenting, are often associated with directed spiritual energy, the kind meant to block, weaken, or confuse. Coincidence? Possibly, but true practitioners of protective magic know repeated misfortune is often a signal, not a fluke. Sign number 4, persistent nightmares or sleep disturbances. Sleep is the most vulnerable state of the soul, and when targeted through witchcraft, especially of a baneful or manipulative nature, your rest is often the first to be disturbed. You may find yourself waking at the same ominous hour, typically between 2 and 4 a.m., what mystics have long called the witching hour. You may dream of being chased, bound, or watched by unseen forces. You may wake up with a sense of dread, or feel as if something or someone had been in the room with you. These are not always mere dreams. They are messages, warnings, echoes of unseen battles occurring just beyond your conscious awareness. Dark screen with soft glowing embers floating upward, signaling deeper revelation ahead. Witchcraft, whether intentional or unconscious, leaves subtle fingerprints behind. Recognizing them requires more than fear, It demands discernment and an awakened spirit. In the final part of this series, we will uncover the 5th and most often overlooked sign, and explore how to begin reclaiming your spiritual sovereignty. If you've followed us this far, you already sense that something deeper may be unfolding in your life. But what if those feelings aren't just paranoia, but evidence? Evidence that someone is actively working against you through unseen forces. Tonight we explore signs 3 and 4. Dreams turn to nightmares and they follow you. A person tossing and turning in bed, intercut with flickering images of dark figures. Your subconscious is the first battlefield. Nightmares become more than mere dreams. They turn vivid, relentless, and oddly repetitive. You awaken drenched in sweat, heart racing, sometimes with a name on your lips you don't recognize, or one you do too well. In many traditions, practitioners use dreams to infiltrate, influence, and instill fear. Astral projection, dream walking, psychic imprinting, all are techniques used to weaken you when you're most vulnerable. If your nights no longer bring rest, but dread, ask yourself, whose will is at work in your sleep? You begin to deteriorate, physically or mentally. A montage of someone slowly losing energy, skipping meals, hair thinning, eyes darkening with fatigue. Witchcraft, when practiced with ill intent, often takes a toll that science can't explain. Sudden fatigue, lingering illnesses, emotional disintegration. A vibrant personality fades into numbness, without reason. Tests return normal, doctors shrug, yet you feel a retard. TMMs, not just stress or coincidence. This isn't just about spells or rituals, it's about siphoning. Some practitioners feed on vitality, targeting individuals through cursed objects, ancestral ties, or deliberate energetic manipulation. If your soul feels as though it's being hollowed out, it may not be depression, it may be design. Transition sequence. Jigsaw. Slow zoom into a black candle being extinguished. As we move deeper into this investigation, we must remember, knowledge is protection. Fear gives power to those who wish you harm. But awareness makes you sovereign once again. We uncover the most alarming sign, one that almost no one sees until it becomes too late. Protect your space, and as always, watch the shadows.
The unseen strings of influence. A hand holding a puppet with invisible strings. The puppet convulses slightly, as if resisting. There is a point at which manipulation becomes invisible, when influence no longer feels external but internal, embedded, a person making decisions hesitantly, then doubting them immediately. You find yourself making choices that don't align with your values, drifting from people you once trusted, walking paths you never would have chosen, yet doing so willingly. Broken mirror, a raven on a branch, a clock with no hands. This is not mere confusion. This is spiritual interference, what some mystics call a binding. A deliberate web of psychic control, crafted through ritual, intention, and will. An altar hidden beneath floorboards. A thread wrapped around a candle, burning slowly. Witchcraft, when practiced with ill intent, doesn't always look like hexes or curses. Sometimes it's subtler, more strategic. A whispered name in a spell. A symbolic token buried near your space. A mirror turned toward you under a full moon. These acts aren't random. They are blueprints of control. The result: you begin to forget who you are. You feel watched. You feel pulled. And when you try to break free, someone reels you back in. Tarot card, the devil, pulled slowly from a deck. Shadows gather behind. At its most dangerous, this influence becomes a tether, binding your energy to another, feeding them, weakening you. Long pause. Music fades down to a chilling hum. But here's what they don't tell you. A person lighting a white candle in defiance. Ancient symbols glowing. Awareness is the first form of resistance. Once you name the influence, it begins to lose its grip. Once you reclaim your will, no force, seen or unseen, can control you. Cleansing rituals, protection sigils, sunlight breaking through a darkened window. If you feel the strings, cut them. If you sense the weight, release it. You are more powerful than any spell cast in secrecy. And remember, real power never hides in shadows. It shines. You've seen the signs. Now it's time to take back your energy. Protect, cleanse, rise. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Unnatural behavioral shifts and emotional disturbance. Cut to visuals of a calendar flipping rapidly. A person pacing. Time passing erratically. Sometimes the most dangerous forces aren't the ones we see, but the ones we feel, slowly, silently, shifting the rhythm of our own mind. A person laughing in one frame, then suddenly crying in another. Have you recently felt uncharacteristically agitated, melancholic, or mentally foggy? Do these emotions arrive in waves, without cause, without warning? Static overlay, flash of ancient scripts, sounds distort slightly. While stress and mental health challenges are real and common, a sudden unexplained change in emotional equilibrium, especially when it aligns with a toxic or obsessive presence in your life, may hint at something deeper. a symbolic depiction of energetic cords or threads being pulled from a shadowed figure toward another person. In many esoteric traditions, practitioners of witchcraft may use focused intent, spellcraft, or energy manipulation to disrupt your emotional stability, either to control, punish, or simply drain you. Footage of a journal with erratic handwriting. You may feel disconnected from yourself, confused by your own decisions, pulled toward self-destructive behavior, and yet nothing in your external life justifies this internal chaos. Tarot cards scattered on the floor, a candle flickers violently. This isn't just coincidence, it's energetic interference, an intrusion, one not always visible, but deeply intimately felt. The music shifts to a low hum. The question is, who benefits from your breakdown? Who seems closer to you, just as your mind feels further from itself? A blurred silhouette watching from a distance. When your emotions betray your nature, it's time to consider, are they truly your own? Fade to black. Brief moment of silence, the final sign, and perhaps the most dangerous one of all.